don't know the power of a reaction.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Alrighty. I surely didn't expect to hear this. Let's see here. See why he said this. Let's get an explanation here. Rian Johnson is even more proud of Star Wars The Last Jedi now than he was at release. Director Rian Johnson says he's even more proud of Star Wars The Last Jedi on its 5th anniversary than he was when it came out. During an interview with Empire magazine, the 48-year-old filmmaker explained, "I'm even more proud of it 5 years on," he said. "When I was up at bat, I really swung at the ball." Yes, you did. Into left field. The Last Jedi followed directly on from Star Wars The Force Awakens, but developed the Skywalker saga in a wholly unexpected way. Continuing the story of Rey, Poe, and Finn, the second installment of Star Wars, the Star Wars sequel trilogy, was not afraid to go in the unexpected direction. That's an understatement. After all, Johnson explained himself, The Last Jedi isn't just a Star Wars movie. Well, then what is it? I didn't expect him to say that. I gotta say, it makes me think of, remember that footage that came out that showed Mark Hamill standing next to him, like after the premiere or something like that, and like the look on his face? I have not seen seething anger like that on anyone's face like that, except once. It's a job I used to work at, and this coworker spoke to this dude in such a way and walked off, and he lost it. He started punching stuff. Like, it was amazing to see somebody lose it the way he did. And like, the dude didn't even hear him. He was gone. And like, you saw it welling up. And the dude was like long gone. And he flipped out. It reminded me of how his face looked when he was finished snapping. The look was on Mark Hamill's face. I think it's impossible for any of us to approach Star Wars without thinking about it as a myth that we were raised with, and how that myth, that story, baked itself into us and affected us, explained Johnson. The ultimate intent was not to strip away. The intent was to get the basic fundamental power of the myth. And ultimately, I hope the film is an affirmation of the power of the myth of Star Wars in our lives. Well, Mark Hamill said that he fundamentally disagreed with him, with how they were developing the Luke Skywalker character. Man, the power of the myth. Yeah, the power is that people wanted it to stick to the mythos of what it really was. I mean, I'm all for trying things different as long as you stay in bounds. I think he kind of went out of bounds. If you take it as a standalone movie, you were just transported here from another dimension and just sat down and watched it and didn't know nothing about it, you'd probably think it was an alright movie. But it's kind of like The Last of Us Part 2. It's just funny that both have the last in it. The Last of Us Part 2 drove people insane. There's some hardcore Last of Us fans that loved it. It seems as if from what I've seen online, that most did not like it. No matter how many awards it may have won. No matter, I don't trust any. I don't trust Metacritic. I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. I don't trust award shows. I don't trust any of that, especially after the people I've spoken to in the industry about stuff. I don't trust none of it. You know what I mean? So, you can't go so far left to turn people off that bad. You know what I mean? If you want it to be a huge success, you might, you might do something a little different, but you stay in bounds to get the whole fan base, not divide the fan base. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, the myth of the titular Last Jedi was central to the movie, as you might expect. However, Johnson explained that he wasn't merely deconstructing the myth of the Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. It was about breaking down the myth to get to the parts that really matter. The final image of the movie, to me, are not deconstructing the myth of Luke Skywalker. They're building it, and they're him embracing it. That's a typo. They're him embracing it. He explained. They're him absolutely. They're absolutely defying the notion of throw away the past and embracing what actually matters about his myth and what's going to inspire the next generation. So for me, the process of stripping away is always in the interest of getting to something essentially that really matters. When it comes to The Last Jedi, we see Skywalker return, an ultimate sacrifice, turn himself into a symbol of hope. And perhaps that's exactly what the galaxy needed. No, it didn't. The Last Jedi famously became a deeply divisive and occasionally toxic part of pop culture upon release, about which Johnson had commented many times since. Whether you agree or not, Johnson clearly stands by his decision. I wonder if he really does stand by it, I wonder if it's kind of like a thing where it's like, he's got to, because, he's got to stick it out, and stand behind his product. But I don't know him. I don't know the man. I send no hatred or hard feelings toward him. I just hope that in the future, when they make more movies, they put this trilogy to rest as an Elseworld trilogy and truly follow in the line of what Lucas would have wanted to do. Post comments down below. Let me know what you all thought. If you enjoyed my reaction and thought to this news, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers. Woo.